Hello wonderful people of the internet, my name is Caroline Kihugu. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In case you're new here, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for keeping me company and finding the time to come back. Today I would like to talk about some things we need to start normalizing, and I have some points written down, and I feel at the moment it is time to start normalizing that people outgrow things. People grow up and they outgrow things they thought were necessary, were a necessity in the past, but then they don't feel like it is important to them anymore. It is time to let people outgrow things in peace. You don't have to keep reminding me that, but you said something before, you said something different before, now you're saying something else. It is not that I did not believe in whatever I said back then. It is what I believed in back then, but then right now I do not feel, or I'm not in the same position right now, and it is okay to outgrow them without really explaining all the time. Another thing I feel like people need to start normalizing is having uncomfortable conversations. In this generation, I don't know what's wrong with us. We just want to talk what is important to us or what is comfortable with us. We do not have the difficult conversations like, you know what, whatever you're saying is hurting me, or whatever you said about me is not right, whatever you're doing to me is not right. You see, having uncomfortable conversations, things that will make you uncomfortable, but then there are things that will make you grow. It's time we started normalizing the fact that people are not in a position to help you, or they're in a position to help you but they don't want to do so for different reasons. And it's okay. We have to start feeling like, okay, we do not have to feel entitled to people. We have to give people space to help whenever they feel like, or not to help at all. At the end of the day, we all have a choice to what we want to be associated with. So it is normal, and we do not have to make a big deal out of it. Like in this generation, one problem we have is, if you do not help me, I will go out there announcing to everybody that so and so is a fake friend. They did not help me. Like, I needed their help, but then they did not help me. No, let's stop this entitlement and appreciate it when somebody is going out of their way to help you. And if they're not in a position to do so, let's also respect it. It's also time to start normalizing people's ways of living. You see, whatever makes sense to you does not necessarily really have to make sense to me. What makes sense to me does not necessarily have to make sense to you. So okay, it's another point of entitlement, and I do not have to always relate with what you have. And one thing I've learned about friendship is knowing that we are different and accepting the fact that yes, we are different, but then there are things that I will have to accept about you that are not necessarily something I believe in. And there are things that if I'm not comfortable with you, I will just overlook them. I will just tell you, hey, you know what, this is not okay with me. But then it is your way of doing things. It is what you believe in, so you do not have to force me to do it. Like, for example, if I am a friend who drinks and you do not drink, then I do not have to force you to do it. I have to respect your ways of living and not impose things on you. Like boundaries, learning our boundaries. Where up to what point can I come in? Up to what point do I let you in? We have to normalize this, and we have to respect people's ways of living. Also, we have to normalize respecting people's way of thinking. Like, if I decide to post something today and it is not something you agree with, then it does not have to affect you. Like, you know, most of the time we are so entitled to the celeb's life. Like, if they post something today and we are not happy about it, we always go out there, comment nasty things, and like, we forget that these people are human. And I've done that a lot. I will not exempt myself. I know I've done that a lot, and looking back, I feel, you know what, I wronged somebody, but then that is how they thought, that is their way of thinking, yet I never took time to think, why did that person post such a thing? What was that person going through at that moment? Yet I got entitled and I thought, so you did post it online for us to see, then I have to comment anyhowly I want. And I forgot that if I'm not happy with whatever I am posting, I'm always at liberty to unfollow you. I'm always at liberty to not see your content anymore. But then entitlement again brought me to your account. Something else we need to normalize is respecting people's religions. Like, we live in a society where if I'm not of the same religion, with you, then I feel like you are praying wrong. Like, if I'm a Christian and a Muslim is next to me, then I feel like they are bad people, and the Muslims feel like pagans are bad people for not going to church. But then, without understanding that that is their belief, and the Bible says that we will be judged according to what we believed in. It is time we started normalizing the fact that we believe different things, and that is just us. It doesn't mean that we are bad people. It doesn't mean that every Muslim is an Al-Shabaab. It doesn't mean every Christian is fasting to go see Jesus. It doesn't mean that every pagan is wrong for choosing not to go to church. Some people just left church. They didn't leave Jesus. They didn't leave God. And that is their way of beliefs. That's just them. I know it is debatable, but then if I am a Christian, I decided to go to Catholic, and you decided to go to another Pentecostal church, then there is nothing wrong with that. At the end of the day, you will not get judged for my mistakes. I will not get judged for your mistakes, but then I will get judged for my own mistakes and you for your own. So let's start normalizing to respect people's religion or choice of religion. Something else is that we need to start normalizing our mental health. You see, we live in a society where if you talk about your mental health, then you're a weak person, especially for men. We're in a society where we are not allowed to be vulnerable, and if we are, then we are considered to be weak. It is a high time we started normalizing the fact that, you know what, it's okay, I'm not okay. Then what do I do? Do I go buy a rope and hang myself? Do I go take? You see, it is time we started normalizing taking care of our mental health and not feeling guilty about it. If you cannot pay for therapy, then always have that person you can talk to. And I'm speaking this from a point of view where I've been very stressed. I've had anxiety attacks, and I believe if I have no support system, then I believe I'll be mad by now. So prioritizing our mental health is very important, and it's something we need to normalize. We need to start normalizing taking mental health seriously. And that brings me to the next point. It's okay to feel lost sometimes. Everybody feels lost at some point, and it's normal. But then most of the time we just judge people if they say they're not okay and they do not know what they want in life. Everybody goes through this. If you are honest with yourself, I believe there's a point where you are not okay yourself and you didn't even know what to do. But then you wouldn't talk about it because you felt like you were ashamed, like it was not okay. Like you didn't have to let people in and know that you are not okay, you do not know what to do. Then this time we started normalizing that everybody get lost at some point. So it's high time we started normalizing that. Let's normalize the fact that we do not know everything at all times. And it's okay if we ask something, we do not know it, but then we don't have to keep explaining things. At the end of the day, nobody knows everything. Let's normalize the fact that we do not have money all the time, and it's okay to be broke. It's okay not to have money all the time because nobody has money. Nobody has enough money all the time. I'm sure even the richest man, even Elon Musk today, wants more money for some project, and he feels like, I wish I just had enough to do this without fear. I'm sure everybody has a time where they feel they just needed more to do more. And like, one thing business has taught me is, most of the time you'll get opportunities or jobs, and at the time you do not have the money to fund it, and God always bring a way through. And you find that, yes, you'll be stressed in the beginning, but then as you take up the job and you go through with it, you always find that you always find a way to make it. So it's okay. We need to normalize the fact that at some point you will struggle paying bills, and it is normal. Everybody goes through that, and especially at this point where the dollar is at 150, then all of us will have a problem paying bills at some point. Doesn't necessarily mean that you're not in a position to pay for your house or to buy foods. No, the other things other than just the house. We need to start normalizing having a good life. And it's not like there is a trophy for suffering. We're in a generation where if you are living a better life than me, then I feel like it's a competition. I feel like you stole. I'm entitled to the fact that, to feeling like you are a devil worshipper and all that. And let's start normalizing these things. People are working very hard out there, so it's normal for them to get a reward after working so hard. So let's not make it feel like it's a big deal for people to be doing better than us, for people to be doing good. Let's be generally happy for people. Let's cheer people on and not make it feel like it's a bad thing to get something or to do something or to achieve something. Let's normalize the fact that people are working very hard. They are building things from scratch. And let's not make it feel like if a girl is doing something and they have achieved something, then there have to be a sponsor behind her. It's time we started normalizing the fact that people are building things from scratch, and it's normal. And also the vice versa of this is, let's normalize the fact that not everybody is meant to start a business. Some people do very well in an 8 to 5 job. And you see, I'm saying this because in this time we are living, it feels like the only way to succeed or the only way to live is by starting a job. And I thought, if we all started a job, then who will be doing the job for us? Some people are very good at running businesses, and some are very good at managing businesses on behalf of other people, and they do it very well. So let's start normalizing the fact that not everybody is meant to start a business. And if you are successful in a business, then stop looking at other people and feeling like they are failures because they cannot, or because they have not started, or because they started a job but then the job didn't see the light of the day. So it's high time we started normalizing these things. I know there are so many things that we have to start normalizing. I cannot mention all of them, and everybody thinks differently. So why don't you comment below and write some things you wish people started normalizing today, and not make a very big, and not make an issue out of. Thank you for keeping me company, and if you've not already subscribed, kindly help me reach to 1,000 subscribers. I'm counting on you, and I know these days I'm quite consistent. I just need to be consistent when it comes to time and know what time I'm exactly supposed to post. Thank you. Till next time. Bye.